Hello, hi everyone. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. So wherever you are, thanks for joining for my session on mobile application security assessment automation. So in the Conf42 DevOps 2025 conference, so today we are trying to learn a little bit about how we can automate the mobile security assessments using the MobSF and Jenkins. But this stuff mainly talk about like if you have the MobSF and this tool, so how we can automate that and try to help the organizations to speed up the mobile testing process. So without further ado, let's get started. So myself, like Sheshananda, Reddy, Kandula, so you can call me Shesha. I have like 15 years of experience in application security. Mostly I worked on web applications and mobile application security related tasks like testing and engineering or like a threat modeling or whatever we call. So and brief agenda about today talk is like mostly we look into the why what is the need of mobile application security. So why it got the importance. So then we look a little bit into what are the mobile OWASP top 10. Then we'll try to see like what is SAST and DAST methodologies. After that we look into the MobSF, which we try to use it for the automation purposes. And then let's see a little bit about the Jenkins as well. Okay, without further ado, so let's get started. So introduction. So introductions to mobile applications. Like if you see, like if you forgot about the security, so what about the mobile applications? If you see nowadays in the last maybe 4 to 5 years at least, the number of applications that are installed on any user device is increasing drastically. Earlier maybe users may have like 10 to 20 applications. But nowadays, usually users will have 80 to 90, even sometimes more than hundreds of applications related to the banking, trading, social media, or Gmail, or whatever. So even related to their activity, physical activities, a lot of applications are there. So, but if you see in a month, among those maybe 80 to 90 applications, users may use like 50%. And if you see in a quarter, at least I don't think so they use all the application in one quarter also. So if the users are keeping auto updates to apply any security patches related to these applications, that would be great. But if they're not updating their app, so have any security issues, so that's also a concern for us. So on top of that, if by mistake if the user has installed some gaming app and he forgot, and due to that if he got any malware into that, so that's also very dangerous to the other genuine banking or like other trading applications. So that's the main reason we need to look into the mobile application security as well, because since the usage has been increased, on top of that users also expecting a lot of features which are there in the web applications should come to the mobile applications also from day one. Because if you see like if a customer is implementing one feature few years back, or like maybe like 5 to 7 years back, usually first they will try to do that into the web application. If that is success, then only they will come on to the mobile applications. But nowadays it's not like that. They have to push the code or like push the feature for all the clients. Like clients means like web application, mobile application, whether it's Android, iOS. So because of that competition or like user demand, and like mobile applications also started developing or like releasing the updates every month. So because of that, so to assess the mobile applications very quickly, it's not easy task. So that's the reason there is a need for the automation of this assessment as well, at least to find out the low-hanging fruits much ahead. So let's see, like before going further, so let's see like what are the mobile application related risks. So if you see in regular web application, most of the code stays in the server side. But when it comes to the mobile application, the code, at least not everything, at least a little bit related to the logic will coming back to the mobile application. So because if you are doing some kind of a mobile logic, so then there are chances like someone can get into your app and try to look into the source code and try to find the issues. So then that's also risk. So that's the reason we need to concentrate on the mobile application as well. And the open web application security project, so what they have done is like they try to look into the different application. They try to find the top 10 risk or vulnerabilities related to the mobile application. In several applications, they try to list them down and try to educate the developers and security engineers as well. So that this is the list, at least for 2024, every 3 to 4 years they'll publish. Luckily we got it in the last year. So if you see among them improper credential uses, so maybe that's also one issue, because maybe we may be using the credentials, but we may not using the biometric authentication, other security related methods, and even inadequate supply chain security, because since the package or like the binary size is increasing for the mobile applications. If I remember earlier it was at 30-40 MB. Nowadays few applications has the 300 MB, 400 MB files as well. So obviously it's not that binaries or like that apps may have the originally written code, but definitely there is a lot of dependencies are there in the bundled into the mobile application. So if you are using any libraries, if you have any security issues, so obviously we need to take care of that in that as well. So that's the reason it came into the M2. Yeah, even insecure authentication authorization, if you see like insecure communication. So there are all, even if you can see with the cryptography related and even insecure data storage also coming into the picture. So these are the few issues which we observe in last few years, like 2-3 years. So that's the reason it came into the top 10. If our application is not vulnerable to these kind of issues, yep, definitely we are good for that at least. So let's see like what are the different methodologies we can use it to test it before going to secure it at least. So one is like SAST, another one is like kind of a DAST methodology. So SAST methodology is like we can use the source code and try to analyze the source code or binary, and we'll try to find the issues related to the mobile applications. And DAST is like you can run the app, like maybe log into the application or making some calls or touching the few features to see like how the application is interacting with the server, and try to see like how it is storing the files, whether it's storing in the local storage or like or else it's storing in the external device, it's external SD card, something like that. So those kind of issues we can find it in the DAST. But since it is not about the mobile OWASP top 10, so let's go back and jump onto the MobSF. MobSF open source. Since it is an open source tool, it's always good to get started using that. So let's see like what is MobSF and what kind of features it will provide to us. So if you go to their page, MobSF. So since it is an open source, you can directly go there and download it. If you want to build it on your own machine, there are steps there. But nowadays, at least most of the people will use the Docker, since it is easy to spin up the machine, and because already required softwares and everything will be there in the Docker image, it's easy to spin up and test it easily. Or else earlier days we had to download the source code, and if you are using different Python or different versions of the Java, always we struggle with the installation itself. So that's another benefit. Even you have the MobSF live also, like if you are okay to upload your file onto some server, you can play around with that and try to install the tools. Okay, instead of installing, you can use that. So let's see. So as we said, a quick installation. So I have the terminal as well, since it is ready. So let's see. So here I have already pulled the image. Since I already pulled the image, it will be pretty much quick. It will say like, at least it says like what is it saying, like image is up to date, so no, it won't pull it. But if you are doing the first time, it may take like a minute or two and pull the image and try to build it. Since we already done that step, so try to run it locally to see what kind of scans we can do it. So yeah, so you can see like everything looks green. I think we are good. Yeah, let's go back to the browser. So in the browser, so this is the one page. So I have already run a few scans, recent scans. So this is the UI. So I think I didn't remember any scans. Let's see. Yeah, let's take Android Code app and just click on it, upload it. So it uploaded. So it won't take. And you can observe everything in the terminal, what's going on. So you can see like this is undergo APK we have uploaded, and it's generating hashes, extracting the APK, and it parsing it and trying to analyze it, saving to the database. Everything it is doing, and let's go back to the browser. Yep, if we go back to the browser, see, you can see the report which is generated by the MobSF. So here we can see like one activity is exported, and there are several. You can see the manifest explorer as well, and try to go through like what kind of issues it is reporting. And there is just like execute OS command. You can go there and try to see what exactly this app is doing, starting an activity, or like setter read clip data. So like this, it will give the report or like the UI. If you want the report, you can take the report. If you want to print it, you can do that. There is a option for starting the dynamic analysis by using the MobSF as well. But for that, we need to set it up the real device or else like emulator and configure it. So you can give it a try if you want it. I didn't keep that for today talk. And let's go back to the APIs, which are the pretty much important one for today talk to automate the assessments. If you see like they usually, if you are this API may be a little bit different for you. I'll change it later. I'll delete it since it is recording. But at least to see what exactly MobSF can help us is like there are several functionalities. Like you can make a kernel call to upload a file, like whether it's IPA or APK file, and you can trigger a scan for that file. And maybe you can look for the scorecard, or else you can download the report and you can do that. So there are several things which we can try to automate using the different APIs. So if you go back to the first one, upload file API. So in this, what exactly we are trying to do is like you can just make a API call, or like maybe kind of a kernel call by sending your APK file to the, if it is hosting somewhere, so you need to provide that URL and providing the authorization with this API key. So once you send it, it will come to the server and try to automate that. So that's what exactly we are going to do that. Since we got little bit understanding of what is the MobSF and what exactly we can do with those APIs, we'll go back to the how we can do that using the Jenkins. So what is the power of MobSF? Because since, as I shown, like it has a static analysis, it will extract the files, and since it can extract the files and source code, and we can do the static analysis. But in the dynamic analysis also, we can do similar kind of activities, but I didn't keep that for now. Okay. And so we talked about the API support and APIs. So let's go back to the Jenkins. What exactly the Jenkins can help us. Okay, so if you see here in our terminal, so I already downloaded a version of Jenkins WAR file. You can download it from the Jenkins website, and based on your requirement, if you maybe it gives some error, so I just kept this flag to avoid that error. So just click on enter. So you can see like it is starting up. And let's go to the browser and see whether we can access that. Yes, I think so. Sign in. Yep. So let's see like what exactly I already configured a build, like pipeline job, what people will call. So it got failed. I think that should be the reason. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go back to this build and try to understand what's exactly going on. And if you go to the configure, yeah, this is the scan file. And yeah, this is a typical Jenkins pipeline. So what exactly? I'm just trying to store the MobSF API key into the credentials, and MobSF URL is this one. This is the environment I'm setting up. But anyway, it is going to trigger the midnight. That's fine. So, but first, what we are trying to do is like download the PK or IPA file, because that's the reason I think it got failed. I didn't start my server in the other tab. Let's go back there and try to start this server. So maybe it's try to, yep, here actually it should be started. So I think that's the reason it gave that error. Yep. Apply here, and maybe we'll start later. So let's look into this configuration first. So first what we are trying to do is, like, here you can play around with it, because if your APK or IPA file is storing somewhere in the server, you can make your logic according to that and try to download that file to the workspace, Jenkins workspace, and try to initiate the scan once you have downloaded that file. So if you see here, we have downloaded that, and then starting the MobSF scan. As we have seen, so first we are uploading a file. What this file will do, like once we uploaded that, we get the hash value, some hash value. So let's go back here. So if you see here, here we will get a hash value in the response to differentiate between the different files which we are trying to scan. And suppose if you are doing APK file, IPA file, or one app, other second app, third app, so just a hash file. So we try to use some logic to get back that hash, and that hash we are going to use it in the next command to initiate the scan. So if you see here, we are using that hash value and trying to initiate the scan. So with that, we run the scan. Once the scan is run, so we can get back the scorecard, like how much we are good or not. And if you want to download your report, you can initiate one more call to download that report. The report is downloaded. So let's go back and apply this one. Hopefully this time it will run it. If it is run, if it is failing for some other reasons, so I'll try to show the previous successful scans. If you see here, yeah, now it is success. That's cool. Let's go back to the console. So what exactly our script has done? So it went to the just to echo. It went to this location and its file is downloaded. Once the file is downloaded, we are initiating first we are uploading it to the MobSF. Once the uploading is done, we got the hash value. That hash value we attach to the scan and send it to the MobSF again. So once that is done, so we are getting the scorecard, and after that we are downloading the report as well. So if you see here, download PDF, report is downloaded. I tried to send it to the email, but due to some configurations, the email didn't work out for today. Anyway, if you want, you can give it a try to send the email as well by configuring the Jenkins accordingly. So this is a way how we can automate the mobile security assessments by using the Jenkins. And so that this is high level how if you want to do that. So that's, if you want the script, I have attached that into the slides as well. Let's go back to the slides. Yeah, these are like Jenkins. Once you have start the Jenkins for the first time with the WAR file, what will happen is, like, it will ask to set up admin password and all those stuff. Once that is done, you can go back to your systems. If you want to keep any secrets, you can keep that, or else you can start creating the Jenkins jobs. So we have automated this. So what's the need for automation, first of all? So because, yeah, it will be efficient. Obviously, we can't test all the applications. If your organization has multiple apps, there is a need for the automation and even for the scalability purposes. On top of that, if you can find the issues little bit early, that's going to be helpful. And and early detection and mitigation is the main reason why we are trying that. So what is integrating MobSF with the Jenkins pipeline? So what we are trying to do is here, like, pipeline configure the Jenkins to automatically trigger a MobSF scans whenever the new build is generating or like uploaded in some location. So then security scan execution, that's what we have seen in the job. And if you have any policies to fail the Jenkins job or like the build, you can do that. And if you want any reports and sending the automated notifications to the specific emails, we can do that. So this is the job what I have shown just now. So what is the benefits of? So I think we have seen the high level benefits. And what is the key takeaways? And the key takeaways is like automating the security assessment, which is going to be helpful. We'll try to do the DevSecOps here, and these are the different stages. So I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me in LinkedIn or anywhere else. Yeah, thank you. Thanks again for your time today, for coming to my talk. Have a nice day and great rest of the year.